And joining me now with more on potential market opportunities, Elle Lanning, president at Camino. Elle, thank you so much for joining. And let's kick things off with this recent deal. Which companies are you investing in?
Thank you for having me this morning. So we're really excited. We just announced our most recent investment in Barry's, the boutique fitness concept, and then Well Labs, which is an aggregated med spa concept that's expanding throughout the Southeast, and Live Well, which is a home healthcare platform that is sat within the Midwest. And these represent our view of an increased consumer interest in expanding our health span, which really is looking at not just how do we increase the duration of our life, but how do we impact and sustain the quality of our living as we also extend that duration.
How would you quantify the market opportunity here?
I would say we see this as a very massive opportunity. We're in the kind of early innings of consumers becoming more informed here. We were the founders. Our principal and founder, Daniel Lubetzky, was the founder of Kind Snacks, as you mentioned. And we view kind of nutrition and healthier eating as the first wave of how consumers understood they could impact their health. We now see that becoming a very multifaceted equation for people wanting to not only eat better, but exercise better, look and feel better, sleep better, and all of those things really adding to that sustained quality of life. So for us, we have hundreds of millions committed to invest in this space into the future years. And we see it as an area where consumers will increasingly put more and more of their dollars.
We've seen boutique fitness and especially high-intensity workouts really take off, I would say, in the last decade. Barry's obviously has been a key player in that regard. What made Barry's stand out to you as the right investment for this partnership?
So I would say across all of the areas that I talked about, what we're very focused on is differentiating between an enduring trend and a fad. You do see in health and wellness a lot of things come in and go. And so for us, we're really focused on efficacy, which we believe lends itself to that sustained trend. Barry's is a perfect example of that. It's been around for over 2 decades. In a relatively small footprint. And so we see the opportunity for it to expand its reach. And it's focused on kind of 2 aspects of health that we know are increasingly important. So muscle building and retention and improved VO2 max. And so their mixed modality exercise, we believe will be around for decades to come.
How sticky is this investment thesis amid a consumer that is starting to show signs of concern about the market environment and the economic outlook?
Yeah. So we do play in discretionary spending areas. We're very aware of that. However, I go back to what I was saying about the focus on efficacy. And so we're really looking at backing and partnering with companies that provide true solution. And we believe that when you deliver that efficacy, you land on a consumer's kind of list of last to cut or first to add back. And then we believe that markets and economies are cyclical. And so with our long-term orientation and that kind of recipe, we believe that things will sustain over time.
Interesting. Do tariffs impact the business model whatsoever?
Not in the investments that we've just introduced.
Mm-hmm. So obviously, it really is a holistic approach, and I want to talk more about that, including with Live Well and Well Labs. How do they complement Barry's?
So that goes back to, I think, we now think of ourselves as kind of this whole self concept, and so exercising and that as a kind of pillar of health is one piece. The med spa business, Well Labs, really plays into this. If I'm going to be around longer, I want to look and feel better, and that plays into my mental health in a way. And so Well Labs really takes science-backed techniques and puts those to work in the med spa space. Live Well plays into the home healthcare space, which really looks at getting a lot of care types out of the hospital. So it represents there are so many things that are treated at the hospital level that could be handled at home. This one does not play into consumer discretionary spending. This is a payer-based model. And there is a huge benefit of getting care types out of the hospital and into the home. It represents a lower cost of care, but also higher quality outcomes with the right kind of practitioners and care delivered.
Elle Lanning, president at Camino Partners, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.